We're here at the, I guess, the dying moments of Prague and Play 2011 here in Prague with Tony, who's working on a game that I didn't know much about before coming here. And can you tell us a little bit about the story, how Rising Storm came about?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'd like to say I'm really glad that you didn't know much about it before you came here, and now you do, because that's a good thing. That's why we're kind of grateful to 1C for having us along here to tell you a little bit about this. Yeah, we're a mod expansion, if you like, for the upcoming Tripwire title, Heroes of Stalingrad, and our aim is to bring the Heroes of Stalingrad experience to the Pacific Theatre. And I've been a big fan of Red Orchestra for a long time. I mean, and I've always been interested in that kind of World War II first-person shooter genre. And so for me, this is a really great opportunity, you know, the chance to bring together a mod team, a diverse team of guys, talented guys all around the world, and work on something which a lot of studios, to be honest with you, have never really tried before. You know, I've got to say, this is big kudos to Tripwire for this, yeah, for giving. You know, they come from a mod background themselves, yeah, and they, you know, if you like, they're kind of looking at their origins and saying, let's do this for some other guys as well. Let's give some other guys a chance to come up and show what they can do, yeah, through our game. So we've been given kind of unprecedented access to the Red Orchestra SDK, and we're getting a chance to develop well in advance of when you would normally expect a mod to come out. And we're expecting it to be a very high quality product, and obviously I have to say that, but you know, I got some great guys on my team, and I'm pretty happy about the chances of doing that, you know.
So is it a mod or an expansion? That's my question.
Well, you can decide when you have a look. Yeah, I mean, it's you know, if it's good, if it's really good, and that's of course that's what my aim is, then it's an expansion. If it's not, it's a mod, and you guys are lucky because it's still going to be really good.
So what kind of, because you're basically saying you want to bring the Red Orchestra experience to, and we all know what the Red Orchestra experience is all about, but what does the Pacific Theatre bring to it that makes it unique and different from what we've seen before?
Well, I would actually turn that around and say what it is that Red Orchestra brings to the Pacific Theatre, because obviously with the Pacific Theatre you're very used to playing things from the American single-player kind of perspective, mowing down wave after wave of banzai charging Japanese soldiers and stuff like that. And you know, that's not what Tripwire's games have been about. You know, it's you know, you fight from both sides, and I think that's quite important as well. It's not difficult to get material. It's not unusual to get material about the US Marine Corps and stuff like that. And obviously, our research for them is going to be as thorough as everything else to do with Tripwire is. For the Japanese stuff, however, that's been a lot more of an exploration. You know, we've had to really dig deep because, you know, for various reasons, a lot of the historical stuff relating to this is, you know, it's the kind of thing that isn't really talked about very much. So I think that through this, we're going to bring a new experience to the players, the chance to see things from the Japanese side. If you like, it's a bit like the, you know, the two Clint Eastwood films where you've got Flags of Our Fathers and Letter from Iwo Jima. You know, so you get the chance to see these things from both sides. I think that's what we can bring to the experience of the Pacific.
So in the Red Orchestra too, of course, there's going to be a single-player campaign and stuff like that. But are you focusing more on sort of the classic Red Orchestra gameplay, or
we're going to have exactly what is in Red Orchestra. Okay, and of course we may add one or two things of our own if we can, you know, things suitable for that particular theatre which may not feature in Heroes of Stalingrad because they didn't happen in Stalingrad, and I don't really want to say too much about that just yet, but you know, you can probably guess the kind of things I'm talking about, yeah.
So what kind of timeline are you working on? It's kind of weird to have like an expansion mod coming, sort of, the game isn't even out yet, and you're already talking about the continuation of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I certainly wouldn't expect it, you know, less than 6 months after it comes out. But obviously, we want to bring it out in a time period where, you know, it's going to have maximum effect on the community, where it's going to have the maximum impact. We're going to get the maximum number of people to appreciate our work. So obviously, my job as producer right now is to make sure that we get this out as soon as possible after Heroes of Stalingrad comes out, yeah, so that everybody can have a chance to see the work that we've done here. And if we bring more people into Heroes of Stalingrad because they want to play the Pacific expansion mod, whatever, even better. You know, that I'm sure there will be an element of that. But you know, the idea is to get it out within time to maximise the number of people we can spread the word to. Because I mean, you know, I think a lot of people in the industry are kind of behind Tripwire, you know, because Tripwire is seen as this kind of small. A lot of people, the journalists and so on, are behind Tripwire because they're seen as a small, independent studio, you know, up there, and you know, up there against the big boys. So I think that there's a natural kind of desire. I've seen a lot of really positive reaction from people today, and you know, that's very encouraging. And I think that people would like to see this kind of thing continue. You know, to see a mod team make good, because that's basically what happened with the original Tripwire. You know, a mod team that made very good. So you know, it's a nice story to tell. To be honest with you, I think that the Tripwire story is a good one to tell.
And as you said, we can expect all the features, all the stat tracking, all of that's in Red Orchestra too.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, and a few other things. But like I say.
Saving some stuff for later announcements.
What are we gonna talk about next time we meet? You know,
maybe in Cologne next time.
I don't know. I'll have to discuss that with the Tripwire people.
Thank you very much for your time.